Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're looking at Monster Hunter World, the board game. Lipstickpaddy is excited about this one, but he has some concerns, but hopefully they can be changed. Hopefully. So Lipstickpaddy, please take it away. Alright, peeps, here she is. Monster Hunter World, the board game. Ooh, I've been waiting for this one eagerly. Oh yes. I'm already on the $1 pledge. Yep, because I'm weighing it up against Primal The Awakening. Yep, since Primal's been on Kickstarter, it's not really had many juicy updates, but that is going to be the race. Because Monster Hunter World racing against Primal for me, and there's potential to have both on one shelf, is there not? But we'll just have to see how they progress. Monster Hunter World is going to go to late pledge, and it's going to be 3 months probably before you've got to fully back it, which gives it enough time to shine, because I think at the minute it's a little bit prototypey, and I'll tell you exactly why. Now, I guess this is going towards 3 million and 10,000 backers are plenty. A very short campaign, 10 days in total. That's because they've got 10-day stretch goals. I don't know why they didn't make it 20 and do a daily stretch goal every 2 days, because I know they've been advertising this big over the last couple of months on a drip feed, but still it's a little bit short, isn't it? Whatever. It's blasted past its goal, 10 times its goal now. So let's plunder on down and have a look. Now, the enemy, the bosses are looking great. The actual minis for the heroes are looking fantastic also. I don't like the bases for the bosses too much, because the bases of them are quite minimalistic. They've got these crosses on it because they need to be aware of where you are situational to it, but I still think they could have put a mulled bottom on it here of dirt or something, and even like had a row of, I don't know, rocks giving it, or rocks one way, maybe some fauna the other way, to give this definition of the shape they wanted on the base. Because anyway, people are going to glue grass across it and stuff like that. But hey, we have a problem anyway. Look at the hero boards. You can't tell from which one here. We've got 2 hero boards we're looking at. You can't tell which is which. This whole black thing here looks so prototype, and if anyone has black cards, they fray at the edges so quickly. It's almost a must that you sleeve these. I don't know why they just don't have a big player board with massive hero image, because the art on the heroes is looking fantastic, and it's lost on the player board, completely lost. The item cards that are also black as well, not a fan of this either, because the art on them just doesn't look great because of the black blanded background, and it just really, it kind of irks me, and hope they improve these. Also, if you look at these abilities, like we could just see in Raging Strike here, the second card, why haven't they got no art on the card of this happening? They could put the yellow line to the bottom of the card and have a big image on them, because if they've got the license and they've got license to all the video game art, can they not get the amazing animated pictures of them? I don't know, it just seems that they're using the license and they've got all the art that they could be using from Capcom, and they don't use any of it. They've not gone for any art, they've just gone for this stylized stuff. I'm not hot on it. Not hot on that. I hope it changes. There's time for change. The minis are looking fantastic. They're big, aren't they? They're very big indeed. I love the heroes as well. Again, the bases I'm not a fan of, and they look more dynamic if they were standing on stuff. But yeah, there's lots of hunters as well. I do like the way they're standing as well. It is all good. Now, they've got this really dirty, cheap pledge, haven't they? It's like retail pledge of what, $70. I'm looking at euros there. And you get the basic game, don't you? You get 4 monsters, 4 hunters, and see if you like it. And again, look at this black. You don't know which classes they are, which heroes they are. If you were playing this game and your mate went to the toilet and you switched your boards with him, he'd come back and wouldn't even notice until it was his we're looking down because they look identical. This completely needs redoing for me. It needs it big time. I like how they've gone with this groovy green with the heroes. That looks good. I like that they're all like scaled up against these monsters. They're obviously big. Now these monster behavior cards, it's gone for some kind of abstracted art here, which is, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I like the monster behavior card art. That's nice. Weapon cards, I mean, this definitely needs a pass for me, another art pass, because it's just too simplistic, lazy design, if anything. You're talking about a game where your heroes are doing heroic actions with their cards, and they're not doing anything showing this. If you go to Primal The Awakening, their cards are fantastic. That's art style as well, but I mean, come on, black with nothing? You've got big competition here, peeps. I've got my $1 pledge on both here, and you need to change this because otherwise I'm jumping onto Primal. Now, these reference cards here, absolute massive, aren't they? You've got a little bit of the hero art on here, and it's, you know, they have it, but they're not using it. They're hiding half the art here, more than half, with these icons, and yeah, tokens as well look decent. There was a massive shout for like 3D terrain for Primal, and we got that on the last day of the stretch goal dailies, so hopefully we get something like that here. I think it does need it. One thing that's nice is the armor on these people, because the armor's all come from monsters, hasn't it? So you can see like this animal skins of monsters. Looks fantastic. I love the bow here. It all looks great. You know, the miniature design is where it's at. The card art though, dear me, that's where it's not at for me. Now we've got this fantastic picture here of the great Jagras, but the art on his board is some kind of prehistoric drawing. Where have they got that from? If they've got that from the video game, they need to cull that straight away and change that art for this beautiful monster here. I want to see the art of the monsters, of what it looks like in realism, not this caveman prehistoric picture. I really hope that changes. So much here, isn't there? So yeah, basically not a fan. I can't believe Capcom have looked at this and have greenlit it. Just take a drink. I don't know how you're feeling on this. Let me know in the comments if you think these prehistoric caveman sheets are up to snuff. Because, and what's interesting is there's more design on these cards than there is the player board cards. Oh dear. Everything from the entry pledge, plus more monsters, more hunters. I mean, look at the art they're using on the boxes, and they don't put this art on the boss cards. I mean, what's going on? Look at the setup on the table. Yeah. You have got a double-sided board though, which is nice, and you're getting more areas to fight in and hunt. I mean, look, the player area is massive, but it's just a black canvas with a splash of colour and all the art you could be doing. I mean, look at Primal, what they've got with the armour cards and the crafting that they've got, and all the different weapons. It looks phenomenal on the art style. And here, it's like, it feels prototype. Anyhow, yeah, we're looking at more of these heroes. I mean, This woman's name is Charge Blade. What? This guy's called Switch Axe, Insect Glaive, Heavy Bow Gun. These are the weapons. I don't understand what's going on here. Why are you telling us about the weapons? These heroes not have a name? We can see some art of the hero here. Why haven't you got this on the play sheet? I don't know. It boggles my mind that they can't ask Capcom for any concept art for these monsters and put them on the. Sorry, put them on the player and monster sheets, because you know when Capcom licensed Street Fighter 2 out, all of the hero cards, or fighter cards, had art from Capcom. It looked phenomenal. Why are they not using any from Capcom? What's going on here? It totally boggles my mind. So yeah, if it's coming from video game, you'd expect it to be using a lot of the licensed art, and what we're getting, especially with Primal coming to late pledge, I mean, dear me. Hey. The thing is, that it's, like I said, it's my $1 pledge versus this $1 pledge, and whatever becomes more compelling, we'll get it. And this has a good 3 or 4 months to convince me otherwise, but at the minute the prototype stuff is jarring. I'll say that much. Like this monster, though, really cool. In the box art, it looks like it has an egg in its hand, but in the actual mini, it looks like a rock. What's this? How did that change? And the caveman art doesn't really suit it. I mean, would you rather have the caveman art or the art on the box? I mean, come on, peeps. I don't know. They've got the art on the box that should really be on the monster sheets. That's what I feel. Yeah. Here's the light bow gun. I mean, why are they showing these weapons off? Is it you just swap in and out your heroes when they get a different weapon? I really don't know how this is going to work. Have we seen these heroes before? Maybe we have done. They're just changing weapons, because you are going to be crafting weapons and you just change the mini over. If that is true, you're just changing the mini for the hero. That is super cool. I do like that. So the hunting horn. I really don't know if it is that, but it will be cool. Keep an eye on the updates. Information on the Hunter's Arsenal expansion Hunters will come. Yeah. This needs to be explained. Yeah, the dragons are looking epic. I've just gone all in on Tanaris Adventures, so check that. The video should have come out today, but this had a 10-day campaign, so I had to get it out early. But tomorrow, look for that on the channel. I'll tell you exactly why I late pledged Tanaris Adventures, and got big dragons in that, and we got big dragons in this, and we got big stuff in Primal. It was going to make one epic wall piece, isn't it? With all these in glass cases. What a year it's going to be for big epic monsters. I don't know. I mean, it's almost getting it just for these sculpts, because look at these beauties. I mean, Kush Halador, look at him. Oh, it looks so menacing. Negiganti, look at this monster. Oh, yes. Tostra. Phenomenal. Look at this guy. Phenomenal. Love it. Love it. And again, look at all this teasing this art of the monsters that they're not using on the boss boards because of caveman drawing. Now, you can buy these minis. Look, I mean, this guy's $60. $60. And the Elder Dragon Giganti, $50, this guy, looking sweet. I like this guy, the Teostra. He's down at 40, so they're getting cheaper. The Hunter's Arsenal, so I'm guessing this is the Hunters. You're changing your Hunters out when they've got new armor and the new weapons, because they will be crafting. This is something very, very cool. You know, though, if it comes to the fact that the only thing that's bugging me is the art on the player boards, I'm just going to homebrew it and make my own. if you know, because if the gameplay is compelling, which, you know, we need to see how these monsters play. There has been a little bit of complaints of the first two bosses fighting similar, and hopefully these complaints will go in the when they're designing. You know, it's still not finished, is it? The Tiestra, which I really like, he's the Kickstarter exclusive, so all the stuff I'm guessing they're wanting to push to retail. It's going to be interesting to see this in retail, isn't it? I don't know about you, but when it says the additional all-in pledge, is that everything? Everything for $289? That seems fairly reasonable, doesn't it? I mean, Primal The Awakening, what was that all in? $400? It's almost a bargain. Am I going crazy? Especially in these unlocks that we could be getting on the 10 days. It looks like it's going to be look at this login bonus. What's this? Every day you'll get an extra reward added to your pledge just for joining us on this campaign. No idea what you're talking about. No idea. They're basically calling unlocks login bonuses. Is this some kind of Japanese quirk? Well, Steamforged Games, so they're not from Manchester, England. United! 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 Go on, United! Will City have some bad luck at the end of the season, and can United snatch the title? I'm a Red Devil. Go on, the Reds! Go on, United! Anyway, the Manchester thing got me. Now, the gameplay for me is really cool. I think the biggest complaint is the boss dynamics, but hopefully they're tweaking that and they are trying to get it where they're obviously all going to be different. That's why I think that this and Primal could be on the shelf at the same time and sit next to Tenaris Adventures with the dragons from that and the big bosses from the expansion book. I can't remember what they called it. The Madness box. There's some big minis in that too. Anyhow. Check that video out tomorrow. Keep talking about it. I like it how you've actually got to hunt your animal. They're doing this in Primal with the campaign in Primal, but I think this one's a little bit more tailored for it. That has to be... We have to wait to see that though. And there has been a couple of good YouTubers pointing out stuff they don't like, so hopefully this will change also. It would be good if they do an update to address the concerns of some of the YouTubers, because we really want to see a reaction from the dev team where they say they'll address it, where they say stuff that is prototype and that they will change it up. Also, this map, you see these big white circles that you can see from the ceiling that this picture was taken from? Why don't they make them, I don't know, 10% translucent so you can only just make them out? Because they're so obvious. It doesn't really need to be that opaque, does it? So, that's like two in your face. The crafting is really enjoyable. That's the best quote you could get from King of Average. Ooh. He did have some good positives. He did have some good critique, though, and hopefully they do address that. This guy's 30 centimeters along, it says, but 255. He's looking beautiful, isn't he? They get smaller and smaller. Your minis are 33, which is okay. And I do like the scale of these guys. I mean, look at the T-Rex. He's looking great. He's got like a hairy back. Yeah, I want to see Monster Hunter 2, the movie. I want to see Monster Hunter, the TV series. That would be great. Oh, we go. King of Average. If I got the enchanted jumping slash, heck yeah, I'm all about that. That sounds freaking awesome. I really like that. That's like out of context. Come on. Now, choose your quest. Choose your own adventure. Yeah, I enjoyed the Hero and Monster Progression Board Game Co. It's funny because Board Game Co's thought the monster was fought really differently, whereas King of Average felt that they fought the same. Write in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but interesting, two people with opposite comments about this. I like this adventure thing though, where you can choose your own adventure and map it through differently. Gives good replayability. I like all that. I love that you're gathering resources. I love that you are avoiding pitfalls, searching for a monster that can appear at any moment. I love all this. Just like in the video game, the tabletop monsters can be wild and unpredictable. Hope so. With changing moods and attack preferences. Hope so. The tracks you discover will determine what state you find the monster in. Hope so. And which special attack is added to their deck. Ooh, hope so. Enjoy the beauty of the landscape as you climb trees. Ooh, we want minis. We want miniature terrain. Scale cliffs. We want miniature terrain. Explore caves. But we want miniature terrain. Don't get too distracted. Every quest has a time limit. Ooh. As you hunt, you discard time cards, giving you less time to take down the beast when you eventually track it down. It sounds fascinating. Very surprising for myself. I enjoyed the quest book. These are kind of strange quotes. I have to admit that I absolutely loved this Choose Your Own Adventure prelude, as it set the mood of the encounter brilliantly, and I could immediately see how much replay value such a mechanic could give to the game. Okay. Enter dynamic battles controlled by monster behavior. Just witness the giant white circles. Witness our prehistoric AI cards. Did the circles need to be so pronounced? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm being a little bit flippant here. The two monsters I have feel drastically different in the way they actually play. Board Game Co. Now that is completely different to what King of Average said. I'd highly recommend you watch both reviews because they kind of leave you like, well, which one's the truth? I really don't know, but hopefully the team is trying to get the monsters to where Board Game Co feels like, and they can get everybody happy, including King of Average, where the monsters do feel differently. Anyway, it needs to be said that. There's lots of these quotes knocking about. Yeah, you can target and break different parts of the monster for animals. Look at this reward table. It looks like something from a school book. Just the devoid of art on this is kind of worrying. It's like prototypal. We need to sort this out. Okay, I'll draw it out like I'm in school, and then we can put art around it. It's like here we are. We've got the combat, which is a little bit similar to, where you're putting cards comboing next to each other. I want to say Tainted Grail. That one started playing. Again, why can't you have this at the base of the cards? Have a hero image for what all these attacks are doing. Look at these look at this armor you've got here. Isn't this specific to your hero? Why can't we just have a picture of the person wearing this stuff? You know, highlighting them wearing the gear with some kind of background, putting them in the Monster Hunter world, because we're completely escaped from the setting here, the theme, aren't we, with this? It's just abstracting it away. The only thing that's putting us in the theme then is the board, but hey, come on, where's the art putting you in it? Now, I like the crafting of the updates. I like these GIFs. They're kind of really slick, aren't they? And you certainly don't have all these purple effects banging around, do you, when you've got on the board? I guess it's kind of displaying it. And it's just sad that there's no hero image. And maybe there might be a pledge for big player mats and they put the hero image on that. I'd be happy with that. But as they are, I need an option. I need another payment option. I'll pay for a giant playmat with the hero image on it. Look at the Madara mats. Look at what Primal are doing. Look at the sexy playboards that Tanaris Adventures has. Slay the monsters, pull bits off them, craft better weapons and gear, hunt bigger beasts. Sounds lovely. Now, it is a campaign game. I'm definitely up for this campaign, yeah. You'll face tougher monsters, upgrading your hunt's equipment as you go. Sounds fantastic. More monsters you slay, the better the weapons you can craft, the bigger the monsters you hunt until you're ready to take on a 4-star monster and win your campaign. What about a 5-star monster? You've got 25 days of the campaign to spend more if you're playing with combined sets. Is that the expansions? You'll need to make strategic choices. Oh, sounds great. This is interesting. After a hard pounding hunt, you may want to kick back and relax. Spend a few campaign days at HQ visiting the smithy to craft new equipment, petting the Poogie. It is originally from Japan, so you expect some kind of JRPG poo-poo. And enjoying a meal whipped up by the Meowscular chef. I think I saw that in the movie. It's like an angry cat humanoid chef. I think that's what it is. Okay, there is gameplay articles to check out here. I think, you know, by now my main concern is not showing off the art on the cards and the player boards and the monster sheets. Everything else I'm kind of happy with. Lots of videos. Check King of Average. Check Board Game Co. They're really good playthroughs. Well, not playthroughs, but comments on it. Now, graphic design. Abigail, is that Thornton? Player boards, please. Please get rid of that caveman art. What's going on? Have you really signed this off, Capcom? What's going on? Shipping. Well, we don't know what shipping's going to be. Get on the $1 pledge because this is likely to change. And where's USA here? 26. Where's Canada? 32. We should be on 32 here for Mexico. Yeah. Why is the shipping so high? It's coming from England. And we just have to see, because it's like roll of dice for shipping for Mexico these days. You know, you get some really big heavy boxes that are cheap to send here. Like all in with Tanaris Adventures, the shipping was $56, but it was like everything. $500+ of everything. And it was super cheap. And they haven't got shipping here determining how much you're pledging for. So it's worrying. Now the all-in pledge here, which is £211, I still think it's a deal. You're getting so much amazing minis. And you've got that game there. You just have to forget about the, the art. if it doesn't get fixed. Fingers crossed it gets fixed. Okay, it's day 0 then, the Kickstarter ends. The pledge manager is going to be 4 to 6 weeks away. Great. Then it's going to be 3 to 3.5 months before the pledge manager closes. So they have got 4 or 5 months to get updates out showing you the changes they're doing. And fingers crossed that this team starts to change, because I feel it kind of needs it. They need to address the concerns of the early playtesters. All right, let's go to the FAQ. How big are the monsters? Mahoosive. Large monsters, 120 bases. He said how big they are, not how big their bases are. How tall are they? Yeah, the biggest one is 255 millimeter. That's big. Can you play the game solo? Yes. It's 1 to 4 player. Can you play the game boss, i.e. monster versus the heroes? Like 1 versus many. Can you do 1 versus many? Can you do boss versus boss? Because Tanaris Adventures, you can with the dragons. Why can't you do that? It might come out. It might. We've got 10 days, right? Is the Wildspire Waste set an expansion? No, it's got 2 core sets. What? It's got 2 core sets. Okay. They can be both standalone or combined. Okay, that's weird, isn't it? Weird. Can the core sets be combined? Absolutely. That would be weird if it wasn't like that. Is it a campaign game? Yes, but never fear. If you want to dive straight into a one-shot monster fight, arena quests, is that hero versus hero? That'd be good. Hero versus hero, monster versus monster, monster versus heroes, 1 versus many. Get some extra play modes coming out. I think the only reason I'm saying that is because I recently did a video on Tanaris Adventures, and I don't think I leveled that at Primal, but it sounds like something that could be achieved. What are daily unlocks? Is that a question? What are login bonuses? Why have you called them login bonuses? That is a question. Why aren't these unlocks included with the entry pledge? The entry pledge is a cheap edition just to let people have a go. But don't worry, because you can change your pledge level in the pledge manager. How do you get add-ons or expansions? You can customize that in the late pledge. Don't worry. How far in development are you? This is a good question. Development is complete. We'll be finishing the proofing, that's the type text, and polishing passes. Art, please. Such as adding an index date to the rulebook. How exciting. Before final approval and production, please Capcom. If it has to get Capcom to not say the art can go through, will elements from other Monster Hunter games appear in the campaign? This campaign will only feature content from the Monster Hunter World video game. Okay. Will you be localizing it? No. I really want to back the campaign now, but I can't. £1, $1 pledge. No problem. No problem. You can $1 pledge this. You can $1 pledge, well, you can't anymore, but you could $1 pledge Primal The Awakening. And they're now head to head, and they just have to prove to us how much they change and compel us to update our pledge. And I'll be happy to recommend both of them if they seem to mould in the right direction. This has a few more passes it says that it can do, and hopefully there's some art pass, but you know, I don't know, I'm almost 90% gonna fully pledge this in the Pledge Manager anyway, same as Primal. I just want to see some movement and some great updates. Anyway, will there be an opportunity to late pledge? Of course. Can I back this project via PayPal? You can use PayPal in the Pledge Manager. So you might need a credit card to get the $1 pledge in. Why have you decided to go 10 days on the campaign? To keep things exciting. You are going to get something every day. Okay, if that's what's exciting is. The longer answer is match market trends. What market trend? Avoid the mid-campaign lull. Well, you might get a lull in the 10 days. And match our philosophy for straightforward campaigns. Okay, I think everybody would have preferred a longer one, but hey, it's your Kickstarter. And you're doing $1 pledges, so woohoo! Will you sell exclusive content after the campaign ends? That's weird, isn't it? It is exclusive, so it's not going to be at retail. Back the campaign, or you get it through their website at conventions, or you're updating the late pledge stuff. Friendly shipping, you're not going to pay VAT in those countries. And why won't you ship it to my country? Because of this. And I've might mention this before, but these Kickstarters really need to offer the option where if it doesn't deliver to your country, if it's not in the post in your country, like Mexico normally is 4 weeks after it posts in the US, right? So if I'm waiting in Mexico for 6 to 8 weeks after the US shipping, maybe a bit another one, let's say 6 months. The US have had it delivered, it's 6 months, the game's not come here. Are you going to send another one? Well, the general thumb is that if you're in the US and it doesn't get sent to you, they'll send one to you, right? So why don't they do it? If it doesn't get posted, they're delivering to Mexico anyway. I'm talking about the other countries that they aren't delivering to. They should just say if you can pledge, but if it gets lost in the post, we'll send you another one if you pay the postage on the second one. That is the fairest thing to do. Just pay the postage difference. Yep, that is probably the best thing to do. Let's look at these updates, and there's 3 already. And I'll go first here to the first one. Someone asked the Meowscular chef to prepare a celebration feast because we did it! In 10 minutes, that truly is monstrous. Yep, well done, peeps. You've got us all excited about this. It is the year of monster fighting. And with Tanaris Adventures now plugged in, and Primal, and this, the golden age, isn't it? 2021 is going to be remembered as the monster hunting year. And I say that because Tanaris is, fingers crossed, going to come out later this year. I think the dragon monsters are on first wave, so they are coming out. So yeah. Anyway, talking about Tanaris. Now, interesting. The other will be a login bonus. Automatically unlock an extra reward. Like the login bonuses from the video game, the extra gifts you get to say thanks for being part of Monster Hunter World. And we're so glad you meet with us. So this is some kind of Japanese quirk. The Fifth Fleet needed you. Who are they? Who are they? Is that lore stuff? Here it is, the Great Sword Hunter discovered. He doesn't have a name, just a Great Sword Hunter. What's this generic name stuff? Yeah, we'll just have to come back every day. Now look, it is an alternate sculpt mini, so you've got 2 ways to represent yourself in battle. So once you've crafted something, you can actually change your mini. That is cool! That is so cool! It's funny because in Tainted Grail, when you find a mount, you can change your mini for a mounted mini if you went for that on the late pledge. But I love these little quirky things that they're doing with minis these days. Now, over the next 10 days, we'll be showing more journal entries to help you prepare for this game. Sounds great. And this is the Kickstarter exclusive that they're promoting, which should be holding an egg, but is instead holding this rock. What is with that? Anyway. The Kula Yaka gameplay, talking about this. Here's the prehistoric art that I'm not a fan of. Man, it's quite a big update this, isn't it? Like, grab the bar to the right. More caveman stuff. Why can't you show a rock through? Why can't you see a picture of the boss doing that? It's interesting, this card is 3 out of 500. Whoa. Here's this really kind of school book reward table. It does say it's in development subject to licensor approval, so Capcom have got to approve this stuff, and hopefully that they don't let it pass. Don't let it pass. These are specific to the classes. Why don't you show a picture of your hero holding this? It'd be so much better than this. I don't know, I just like to see the heroes with the stuff they're showing. And I don't know, I mean, look at this art. How many games have you got where it shows art better than this? Like, every one of them. I don't know. Please, Capcom, let this change. Alright peeps, there we go. I do like the game. I'm $1 pledging it. I'm hoping for some cool updates, and when it goes to the late pledge and we've got 7 days to go on the late pledge, I'll decide whether to jump on the game, but I'm 90% in. I'm just not happy about the art, the player boards, the prehistoric boards, and the big white circles on the map. And we could, if they're climbing trees, climbing cliffs, there could be some 3D terrain. Maybe that will come. And yeah, there's an exciting campaign to go. I think I'm fully flustered now with this Kickstarter, going through it all. But yeah, hopefully it will do absolute bananas on Kickstarter. The more money it can get, the bigger these daily pledge unlocks can be. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Do you agree with me that the art needs changing? Do you agree with me that these boards with the big circles needs changing? Do you agree with me that the prehistoric art needs a pass, where we can see the big monsters? And finally, would you like 3D terrain? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would also like to see boss versus boss, hero versus hero. That'd be quite fun. Anyhow, I thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. You've been watching Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now. And which do you prefer, Primal or Monster Hunter? Let me know in the comments. Bye-bye.